Are you guys ready for a big reveal? Because I'm ready for a big reveal. Let's go! Here it is, the finished toy hauler build, and I gotta say, I think it turned out absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it turned out pretty much exactly the way I envisioned it. There are quite a few design changes from whenever we were describing it on video before. You know, we originally talked about having the refrigerator right here on a rack, remember?
Yeah.
And then the design change was, you want to start up here?
Sure.
So first big design change was this slide out fridge. It's an IceCo model, JP42, and got a nice slider with it. It's actually a 43 quart capacity, so plenty of capacity. This will take food, it looks like a cooler, but it'll take food down to 0 degrees easily. You know, it'll refrigerate or freeze.
And the nice thing is, it's not a unit that's fastened. You can take that outside with you if you want to.
You can
disconnect
this and take it outside.
Yep.
You don't even have to plug it in because it is a cooler.
It's portable.
Yeah, it's portable. But
it's awesome.
This is also made by IceCo. This slider, really quality stuff. It's designed for the weight of this unit. You know, fully loaded. Slides the whole way in. Got some shelving here, some spacing, some shelving for stuff. Right over here, this black intake there, that's the forced air furnace return. And right here is the forced air, right there is a forced air furnace outlet. That's actually a Propex model HS2800. It's a 10,000 BTU, 10,000 BTU unit. In testing, we're getting about 190 degree exit, 190 degree Fahrenheit exit temperature on the air coming out of there. And you can stand back in the middle of the camper and feel it easily. Like, I'm really pleased with that unit. It's small and it's powerful.
Plenty for this size.
Plenty for this size of camper. Yeah. I can't imagine being in an environment where that isn't enough heat. Moving to just the left of that right here this is where the water tank is, and this slot right here just allows us to see the water tank level. It's a 26-gallon tank. And we just turn this on, you can easily see the water tank level.
Because the guy that thought of that was an absolute genius.
I'm not going to say who that was, but he was a genius. How many times have you been in a camper this size and it actually had a functional sink? Functional size sink, never, right?
Hardly.
Look at the size of this sink.
That's a good size sink.
This is an actual usable size sink.
That thing is deep.
It's deep. I think it's 9 or 9.5 inches deep. And you can see the dimensions there, but you can actually wash dishes and stuff in there. The water pump is back there. Now, what I did quite a bit of research with the water pumps, and what I found is that this one actually has valving in it, so you can run the unit. You can run the unit down low, and it won't cycle on and off. It'll use that valving inside it to circulate the water. So the pump will just slow down and the water will slow down, but it won't be like on and off, on and off, on and off. Very nice feature.
Cool.
I tested it, it's very nice.
Let's check out all your water connections underneath here.
Yeah, well, we're talking about the plumbing.
We're gonna take you down to the nitty gritty here and go under the trailer.
I could take him down.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Okay. I'll come down here and we can explain things. All right.
Okay, this is the gravity drain. This blue handle unit here is the gravity drain. You can, if you have an external water pump, you can hook it up to this and it'll draw water right out of the tank. You know, this, and then at the end of your trip, you can also use this gravity drain, obviously, to drain the tank. This is the, if you want to use the camper pump, the camper water pump, this is the external unit for using an external shower with a tent, which I have. So you just connect this garden hose fitting right on there, turn this valve, and you have water. You have water out to your hot water heater then. And then this is the water fill for the tank. And right beside you here, you have to use a gray water capture tank, but this is just a gravity drain for the sink right here. Right over Jason is this right here is the air intake for the Propex. And you can see all the fixturing and goodies there for the Propex heater. The exhaust and everything. This
and you
camper.
Yep, then you got your line right here for a propane tank.
Yep, just 1/4-inch copper line. That's what I got the heater from Fan Cafe. I think they're actually the only distributor in the United States for Propex. They're super good to work with, and they hooked me up with all these parts, and I got the I just bought the copper line locally, but that's what they recommended, was using copper line on it. So moving to the left, we just have a cubby right here. It's for storage. And there's a false back right here that just hides all the wiring and stuff in here that goes, you know, to the other part of the camper. I've never seen this design before, and this is actually a window AC unit that's vented through the floor with a series of fans and ducts and stuff, and it works very good. I'm getting about a 18 to 19 degree drop in temperature over ambient, so that's, you know, the efficiency is really good. So we're getting plenty of airflow under there. The exit temperature here is like 57, 58 degrees, so we're getting really good efficiency there. And we'll show you underneath here exactly what I did to do this. I'm using 12-volt fans underneath to circulate the air, and we'll give you a look at that here in a little bit. Over here, of course, we have a carbon monoxide and propane gas detector. This green light indicates that it's live right now. To the left of that is my 30 amp, this 30 amp capacity DC 12 volt, and this Blue Eddy AC Max. I'm not going to go over the specs of that.
Find those online.
Yeah, you can find this online. But this will provide, yeah, it's an AC 200 Max made by Blue Eddy. It provides 30 amps of DC power, and they'll provide like 18 or 19 amps of AC power as well, which right here is the internal intake for the AC power right here. And that'll just go right in here to the mount of the Blue Eddy. And on the inside is a transfer switch. So there's one of these identical units underneath. If we're in a campground where there's shore power, there's just one of these that you can hook into to get shore power, and then a transfer switch will transfer it out, and you'll be on shore power then. Above that, this brown box right here is just a distribution panel, basic RV distribution panel. I'm running nine 12-volt circuits right now, 30 amp main, so we got 30 amps coming in, which is for this size camper, plenty of power.
Plenty.
Yeah. The biggest user will be this AC unit, and even when this is running, it's only like 500 or 600 watts. So it's, you know, and it has a soft start feature, so it ramps up slow. Up here on the cabinet, we have the Propex temperature hickey thing.
Thermostat.
Temperature hickey thing. Right here we got
technical term.
Yeah, right here we got the overhead lights on a dimmer slider. I don't know how well it's coming through on the camera, but these are really bright. Each one of these is 480 lumens. There's 8 of those, and then each one of these pairs is 480 lumens. So there's 3 pairs of those. And so they're all on sliders, so you can dim them down, make them as bright as you want. And I wanted to overlight it, which it really is. I wanted to overlight it so that we could dial in exactly the amount of light you need. I don't want to, you know, struggle to have light in here some night camping. But in case people don't know, if you're a new viewer, this countertop is just a piece of veneer 3/4 inch plywood that we got a wrap for, and put this vinyl wrap on. It is heat resistant. I would not want to put something like a hot pan on there, but you know, it is heat resistant. I actually dropped solder on here whenever I was whenever I was constructing this, and it didn't hurt it. So
that's pretty good.
Maybe I just lucked out there.
Solder cools pretty quick and hard.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it hit and like spread out, so it was still pretty hot.
Pretty soft, yeah.
It survived. And this right here, this looks like stainless steel. It is not. It's another vinyl wrap that we put on here.
Yeah, I can't remember if we showed that in one of the other videos or not.
I don't think we did.
We might not have.
But this is just a vinyl wrap. Looks like stainless steel. Stainless steel was especially when we were building this, was just astronomically expensive. So I'll talk about the construction of the front here now. Every one of these gray panels was plasma cut out, carefully measured out, plasma cut out on my plasma table. Now these screws here, these are not wood screws. They're actually, once I drilled these out, I actually went through and drilled the wood again and pounded in a metal insert so that I could use a 1/4-20 screw to hold these on, so you don't have to worry about wearing the screw holes out or anything like that. So, and really good durability, longevity. So.
I love the way it looks. It almost looks like an old World War II plane riveted. The metal, you know, I like it. Looks.
I wanted the industrial look, you know, and I think I pulled that off. I originally was going to go with black for this front, but I'm glad I went with gray. Like black would have just been way too dark.
And I think with these little bit of black accents you did across here with your frame members, and I think it turned out, it looks good. Yeah, I think black would have been too much black.
I was originally going to have an outlet that came down with a track from the wall. You know, it had been a box, and it just looked horrendous. It would have looked thrown together. I didn't want that, so I went with these. I built these boxes onto my upright frames, and all the wiring is internal. It goes through this bed frame mount that goes clear to the ceiling. All the wiring goes through that, so it's really clean. And I plasma cut out these over there just for aesthetics. Painted them gray for a little bit of color, and you know, just so you hide the wiring and the tube that goes behind there.
You're a pharmacist. You're a machinist. You're an interior designer.
Interior designer.
Because it looks great.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, I'm pleased with the way it came out. I actually didn't do any of the work myself. No, I did. This is just a piece of plywood that we cut 45 on my table saw. Well, if you saw the video, I had to buy a new table saw because mine blew up.
Yeah, it blew up.
But that's just a 45 on each side cut piece of plywood here. And
you can't tell with it painted black with it.
Yeah, you
I thought that was metal until you said it was plywood. So.
Yeah, and I actually cut a sample piece of it made out of metal. You know, with the aluminum was bent out on each end, like here and here, and I just didn't like that look.
Yeah.
And so I changed it. I'm glad I did, because it would have kind of looked like a cargo trailer if I'd have left it like that. But I like this look a lot better, and plus this is way cheaper because I have like half a sheet of plywood, if that, into making those light fixtures. And these light fixtures, another thing I want to comment on while we're looking at the lights is I used Wago connectors wherever I could in here. If you're not familiar with Wago connectors, they're like a snap closed kind of connector. You can look them up online, but they're phenomenal. Like I could literally pull this light out of here, disconnect those Wagos, put a new light in here in just a couple of minutes. You know, if there was ever a problem with one of these lights. We have panels here to hide the wiring that's in the cabinets and stuff. Flooring in here hides the wiring. And then we have 3 tiers. In case I didn't describe it before, I'm going to have a portable stove here that just sits here, and it uses the 1-pound portable propane cylinders. I wanted that because I don't like campers that have the built-in stove here, because it just gets in the way. You can fold this up and it'll go on this rack here on the wall inside the cabinet, and then I'll use a bungee to hold it in place, and that's where it'll go when we're not cooking. But
having campers with stoves and ovens, we have used ours maybe once in 5 years of using them. We just during a construction, some people were asking me, "Are you gonna have a microwave in here?" I'm like, that for the space that it takes up, it's something I can live without when I'm camping. So like, there's mostly make fires, cook on fires, and usually
there's other ways around it. So the same thing here. Plasma cut front, and then carpeted. All the cubbies here are carpeted, so they're all finished. And these are all the same size cubbies, and this how many campers have you been in where you could hang on a cupboard?
Yeah,
this is built so well. You can he literally
we hung on it,
and you know it's not coming apart. I just went for the trim around the door. I just went for a real simple plasma. Yeah. You know, plasma painted it black. Put screws in there.
Looks good. You trimmed off the bottom here.
Yeah, around the bottom, because this is a toy hauler. You're gonna have wet toys in here. So what we did, use 3/4 inch aluminum strip, put a bead of silicone behind it, and screwed it to the wall. If you get more than 3/4 of an inch of water in here, you got some problems.
You accidentally backed down that boat dock ramp you didn't see him.
That's the least of your problems if you got 3/4 of an inch of water in here. We already talked about the outlets. Originally, I changed actually the swing out design. Originally, it was not going to be fixed along the wall like this. It was going to be a different design. I drove myself crazy with coming up with a way to solve that problem that satisfied me, so I just went with this rigid mount, which I really like better anyway. There's a lot less problems with the rigid mount. You don't have to have extra locks to hold stuff in place, and but you can see this bed's up right here in the up position, one's in a down position. Whenever they're both down, there's about 18 inches of walkway between them. These are Serta Twin XL mattresses, 6 inches thick, very comfortable.
They are very comfortable.
Big step up over the jumping jack, I must say. But yeah, it's just a metal frame with a plywood underlay underneath. And whenever I got the trailer, well, I'll just show you real quick how the beds go up. Just this simple. You just right like that. It doesn't matter if these bang against the wall, because I have rubber foam pads here, so they can bang against the rubber foam pads.
I didn't even notice that till you said. Yes, you do.
Yeah. And then everything hooks in and protected with rubber pads, and just goes the whole way across like that. Holds it up. And then to take it back down, all you do is, you know, during the day, you're going to be lifting your beds up, putting the strap across, and then you can, as far as seating, we're going to be using just foldable chairs, because I really wanted the versatility of an open space here, so I really didn't want any fixtured chairs in here or anything like that, especially considering the size of the trailer. It's only a 16-foot trailer. So.
And you need to be able to put that nice new R-Max X2 1000 in here when you get it. You could put your R-Max 4 in here with no problem. No problem whatsoever. That's how big this is in here. Just because it's a 16-inch trailer, or 16-foot trailer, like, you know, this is just so much more of an efficient design, in my opinion. Hopefully you guys agree, but this is how the bed goes down. You know, you just got to lift up because it slides down a little bit. Then you just lower it down, even out your legs, and you're good to go. That's it. As far as the trailer quality, you know, this is a car-made custom trailer. I'm really pleased with the trailer quality. The only thing you can see along here, these are perfectly flat against the wall, right here. This upright over here is perfectly flat against the wall. But this one, this is the only place where... Yep, you can see a little bit.
Just a little bit of a gap, and I hid that gap. The way I did this whenever I was figuring out the location of everything, I put these up here, held it level, super glued these in place, and then took it into the shop and welded. So, and you really can't tell unless I pointed that out.
I didn't notice until you said, now that's all I can stare at.
But that's really the only quirk in the trailer. Like, everything else is pretty straight. Like, it's this thing is a tank. Like,
you would not find any trailer anywhere from any manufacturer that's not like that.
No, no, I'm not knocking on car-made at all. This is a great trailer. We have the flooring here. We have the vinyl snap together flooring. It's waterproof. It's cheap. It's easy to lay.
Yeah, we had this down in a couple hours, few hours.
Yeah,
it didn't take long.
And we put it in November too, which wasn't the best.
Probably because it was cold. We had a little heater in here. Yeah.
If I had it to do over again, I would use this flooring, but I would use a product like liquid nails and just glue the heck out of it. Yeah. And it would not go anywhere.
We got regular laminate flooring glue,
which in retrospect,
if it would have been like this time of year, it would have stuck good.
It would have been fine. Yeah, but I mean, this stuff is designed to be. It's not floating anywhere. But it is designed to be a floating floor.
Yeah, we just kind of did that knowing we're in a trailer on the road. There's going to be a little flex, a little bouncing.
Right.
So
this, I actually had to build a wooden scaffolding, which I don't.
I wish we would have had footage or at least a picture of that. But
I built it for like $100. I just went and got lumber, built it, and it was it sketchy? Yes.
Which the pieces of it are right there against the wall.
Yeah. Was it sketchy? Yes, but it got the job done. I pulled the original vent off and put a Maxair 12-speed fan up here. This will move 900 CFM of air, and it is controlled by this remote right here, on and off. It's automatically opens, and I don't have it on right now, but
yeah, you got power for it on your little
I didn't go over this.
there.
Yeah, I didn't go over the 12-volt panel here. That's right. Kind of skipping around here a little bit, but this is the water pump, Maxair fan. This is number 3. Number 4 is the tank light. 5 is the Propex. 6 is the fridge. 3, I'm not quite sure.
You don't remember, they're not labeled yet.
All right, I'm gonna cheat.
Push it and see what it does. Push it and see what it does.
Number 3 is the AC 12-volt fans.
That's
so why don't we go back to that? Why don't we go back to that? That was actually a good segue. Why don't we go back to that now? So, number 3, I don't know if you'll hear this on camera, but that actually vents the compartment for the AC.
I bet you we'll pick it up.
Okay.
We'll go underneath.
And why don't we head underneath right now, and I'll show you exactly how that works.
Once again, we will dive under the depths of the buggy. Looks like a computer gaming cooling.
Yeah, these are actually waterproof. These are actually submersibly waterproof fans. They each move about 90 CFM. They're both set up to pull air out, and these will pull air out. This is the setup box here. It's a waterproof box. Not that you're gonna have a problem with water under here, but this is a waterproof box. Just make everything really clean. 2 12-volt fans running. These draw about together around 18 or 19 watts, and that's running both at the same time. So it's really not. It's a negligible amount of power. They pull air from these vents here that are covered up with these animal and insect screens. So they pull air through these and circulate it out. So basically, it's just like an artificial window. You know, it pulls air, and then the exit temperature of the air here, I measured it with a gun. It's about 110 degrees. So this works really good. There's condensate drains here in case they're needed. Probably won't be needed. The entire box on the inside is rubberized and sealed, so won't have any trouble with moisture. But I've never seen anybody use this setup before to pull air in and out, and it works actually really good. I'm sure people are going to be stealing my idea now.
Yeah, let's patent it right now. Patent it.
Oh, and right here, while we're under here, here is the 30 amp RV shore hookup right here. Under here is the solar intake port right here. There's so many connectors and so many different panels, so many connectors for solar. I figured it would just be better to just have a sealable hole come through here so I could just run the connectors through. And on the inside, I'll show you where that's at. This is actually a boat, a marine product. This is actually a fuel port because it's obviously silicone to the floor to seal it against water and everything. But this is actually a rubber sealed port here that you twist out. It has an O-ring on it. And then you can just bring your connectors up through here. And then they'll connect right here into the side of the Blue Eddy for charging. So whatever panels you have, whatever connectors you have, you just bring them up through that hole. And that hole is about 1 3/4 inches, so it's plenty big to bring any kind of connector you want up through there.
The only thing Greg has left to do is your big TV mount.
Oh yeah.
He's got the TV sitting over there.
Yeah, I have.
You just
So
gotta
of course
get
we
the
got
mount.
to of course we got to game, right?
Of course.
I don't game a whole lot, but like when we're camping.
If it's raining and stuff.
If it's raining, we're gonna play Grand Theft Auto.
We're gonna do something.
Red Dead 2. Okay. But the best, I don't know if you remember me talking about this in the original video. I was gonna have a frame up here. The TV was gonna fold down and it was gonna be really pimp. But that was just gonna be ridiculous, like with that rack. So the way I solved that problem is, and I'm waiting, the only reason I don't have that done is I'm waiting for parts. The TV mount, it's gonna have an external cover too. So it'll have a cover on it when we're transporting it. But it'll be on the wall here mounted just for transportation. Then whenever we want to use it, just pull it off there, and it'll actually mount on the
Oh, you'll have it
on the ramp.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it won't be in
simple
it won't be in the way during the day.
Yep.
You know, it'll be, you have good seating around it, and yeah, it's a good. You have outlets back here, so it's a good solution for.
Yeah.
Good simple solution for it.
Sometimes simple's better. I mean, that would have been awesome to have a thing that flipped down,
Yeah.
but cost and practicality
and that TV bouncing around up there. Like, I really didn't want to screw anything into the ceiling, so I just figured this would be a.
Ceilings of these aren't really rated for a lot of.
They're not
weight.
It's not weight rated.
Yeah.
Now this is, you can get these weight rated. Now this has, you know, this is obviously rated for an air conditioner, so it's got some weight rating, but it's not walkable. So I didn't want to take any chance of putting something up there that would overstress an area. And
Yeah, keep it simple. Storage, lift it.
but all you're going to have on the lift gate back here is you're just going to have four mounts in there. You can run over them, you know, it won't hurt them.
Most buggies will straddle them anyway, I imagine. So
Yeah, you can run over them, not going to hurt them. But you just put the TV on, slide it down, plug it in, you're good to go.
Good to go.
So,
works simple.
Jason wanted like a 90-inch TV, and I said, absolutely not.
I thought if we're putting, I mean, we should just go full size.
I mean, look, we got 90 inches.
You'd have to set clear back here to actually see it and get it in frame. But
yeah, but it's real quick over the internal dimensions. Now this is floor to this right here is 86. So there's a lot of
my RMAX being 82, it's one of the tallest side by sides you can get. Fit no problem.
This is 86 inches. Wall to wall is almost exactly 96 inches. Back here to front cabinet is 13.9, I believe.
So that would fit most of your big long four-seaters, if not all your four-seaters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
What do you know what you have between the beds when they're folded up?
I don't. We can find that out real fast. Yeah, we're probably around 80, 83, 82, 83 between.
So it's still wide enough for your widest 72-inch machines.
Yeah.
Although the way Polaris is going with their new buggies, who knows what they're going to come up with next.
Yeah, I don't know of any toy hauler that would go in there. I mean,
yeah. It came out how I thought you were envisioning it and what you had planned. I mean, it looks just like everything you described to me when we started. It's how it looks.
But I mean, I built this exactly the way I wanted it and my vision. So I hope you guys like it.
Looks good.
And
when are you testing this out for the first time?
August 21st, 2052. No, no, August. What is it? The 18th or 19th?
Yeah, a couple weekends. Just a couple weekends.
Yeah.
We're taking this to Rock Run.
Yeah, I want to get it inspected first, and I want to get next weekend. Next Friday, I'm getting it inspected, and I'm getting it fitted for a weight distribution hitch. Probably don't need a weight distribution hitch, but I'm going to get one
It
anyway.
never hurts. I mean, that also
extra
helps
safety.
Sway too. All that
extra
stuff,
safety. So. I'm all about it. Some extra safety to help.
So we'll probably able to do just a little like mini quick review after that weekend, and then see how she does in the long run. We'll have to revisit this in a year's time or so, and after you try it during the winter, see how well she stays warm and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely do a winter trip with it this year, for sure. For sure, there will be a winter trip to AOAA, Anthracite, American, whatever that place is.
They're the only ones that are actually open during the winter. That's fairly close.
We'll be spending probably 2 nights up there riding, so we'll get a good review in this.
Yeah, but guys, I hope you enjoyed this build. I think it turned out fantastic. There's been a lot of, I wouldn't say a lot of toy hauler conversions on YouTube as far as build videos and stuff, but I think this is one of the best ones.
I put a lot of work into this and a lot of time.
Of course,
so
we're gonna say it's one of the best ones because we were involved, but we're a little partial.
Biased, but, you know, I paid I think just over 19 for the trailer, and then I have about right around 4,000 in materials and tooling, so 23.
That's a lot cheaper than what you could buy a brand new one.
Now the MSRP on an Intech is 30. On a smaller trailer than this is 30 something.
Yeah.
And it's smaller. Not to take away from Intech, they're great trailers, but I mean, So I have, I have low 20s into this, and I have exactly what I want.
Unless you're wanting to buy a used one, I mean, which you always kind of got to question how it was taken care of, and I mean, kind of hard to beat doing something like this. So if you guys want to order one, place your order now.
Hey, I'm willing. If you're willing to pay, we'll build it.
But yeah, I think it turned out great. So we'll have lots of coverage of this guy in future trips.
One comment at the end is, if I was gonna, the next trailer I build, it might be a ground up build. Like a ground up trailer build. So the only way I could improve this, honestly, is spray foam insulation. I think it'd be about the only way you could improve it. But it has the insulation in it now, and as long as you block the wind, if you limit the amount of wind that gets in here, that's half the battle.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it turned out great. I hope you guys enjoyed the little. I know we didn't cover a lot of the once we did the main things like the flooring, the cabinets and stuff, but like I said, that was you here doing.
The thing is, like, a lot of that stuff would have been so slow, so slow going. Like,
it would have been tedious to watch, guys. It would have been a lot of time lapse that you wouldn't enjoy it a whole lot, probably.
There would have been 100. There would have been 100 videos, and like, yeah, it's better this way to just show you the end product and talk about it in detail. When you walk in here, you feel like you're in a camper.
It does. It feels like a camper.
You don't feel like you're in a. You don't feel like you're in a cargo trailer.
And we have pictures of before, which I'll put the before here. And here's a picture after. Both together. So it's been a pretty big transformation of this guy.
Yeah, it took a long time. Originally I was saying, I'll have it done in like March or April. I was like, no, it's like it took a lot more design, and I mean, I could have built it quicker, but I wouldn't have had this quality of result, so.
Well, guys, once again, I hope you are as pleased as we are. I know it's not the same seeing it on a video screen as it is in real life, but this turned out fantastic. I'm excited to see it out there and to use it, get some feedback on how you like it after using it a time or two.
And if any viewer is in the area when we're when we're camping, we'll be more than happy to show you.
Yeah,
just swing on by.
Rock Run here in a couple weeks. So I'll have this video out pretty quick. So this will be up before we hit Rock Run. It's like the weekend of the
18th, yeah.
So we'll be hitting Rock Run.
Friday, Saturday night.
Yeah. And we're heading to Spearhead again here in September.
September 6th.
Something? Yeah.
September 6th we leave for that.
That's right. Yeah,
Wednesday the 6th.
Yeah, and we're there to like the following Tuesday.
Yeah, we leave.
Like that.
We leave.
Monday or Tuesday?
It's 5 nights.
I don't know. So. Anyway, I'll put the dates on the screen. We're going to be in Spearhead if you guys want.
Definitely September 6th. We're going to get there.
Yeah.
And then I think we're leaving Tuesday.
Yeah. Unless we just decide just to stay there like for the whole month and just ride, give up all our jobs and stuff.
Yeah. That'd be nice.
But yeah, you guys can feel free to come out and check this puppy out. Come ride with us. We'd be happy to show you around and ride
Any
around.
questions you have about it, I'm more than happy to answer. Just hit us up. We'll let you
comment below, and if Greg doesn't see them, you pretty much keep up with the comments and stuff
on the videos. I'll probably see him.
He can reply to you, and if not, I'll get a hold of him and get him to reply to you. So again, hope you guys enjoyed the custom toy hauler build here, and we'll see you guys out on the trail. So until next time, God bless, and keep on riding in your nice, luxurious, custom built toy hauler. Woo!